Rain.
Like, what am I hearing?
Rain.
What the fuck?
Rain.
When people see brake lights, why do they just think like that means go? What the fuck is like? I don't understand.
Rain. That's when you just let them hit you, because at the day, if they hit you, they're at fault.
Because I'm like, if I'm pulling out, you see the red brake lights. You see them. So you're just going to keep coming. Like, oh.
Well, actually, I was backing out, so my foot wasn't on the brake, because I'm backing out, so they don't see the brake lights, but they see a car backing out. And
they just going to try to beat past you. Like, what the?
That's these, like this one right here.
He just going, it's almost like they're going to try to beat you. I'm going to try to beat you. You're not going to see me? I'm going to beat you.
Like this one right here.
What?
It's about to whip out in front of me. Like, I can make it.
Like, what exactly are you?
And I want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. The two of us.
I can't see.
The next person that ever hit me, I'm falling out the car. I'm going to the hospital. I'm hurt. That's all I'm gonna say is I'm hurt.
Why somebody post? I just got my electric bill today, and I believe I got charged for the sunlight and the moonlight and the street lights. The light of my life, the speed of light, the light of the end of the tunnel. I got charged for it all.
That's about right. That is about right.
People are crazy.
Shit's real out here.
Hey, realer than we know. Why you turn on the air?
It's not air. I got a different window, man. It was fogging up. You got on a jacket.
Look, sir, after last
Man,
night.
you over there doing too much.
No, you doing
That's
too
your
much.
fault. Because I told you, you knew better.
You didn't tell me.
No, you're right. Because you know, you're a grown adult and you know better. You know you always cold. And we was outdoors at a soccer thing. And you didn't bring a jacket, but you want to take my jacket so I can be cold and sneezing and shit.
But you're not never cold.
No, I never said that.
It be winter.
That's why I wear a
winter
hoodie.
and you just be wearing a hoodie.
That's okay. That's some type of protection. I'm not just gonna be out there in a t-shirt.
I went out there in a t-shirt.
You wanted me to be out there in a t-shirt. What does that make sense?
The goal is for you to keep your wife warm.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. When
It's called chivalry.
no,
baby.
it's called when
You
when it wasn't predicted the weather to go that way. Okay, that's one thing. But you knew the weather was gonna be chilly, and you know that you always cold. It could be 80 degrees, your ass is still cold. You one of them people that sit at work and probably got a heater up under your desk if you
They
can.
won't let me.
Shit.
They won't let me.
I be going in the offices, be like, man, it's like, well, like, lady, why the fuck you got a heater up under here? It's already hot as hell.
And she want to control her own destiny.
And you know
I'm
what?
not mad.
As I learned dealing with you, I'm gonna start telling some of these, like, hey, you know your hormones is out of control. I know you going through.
First of all, you should never tell no woman no.
No.
That. You should mind your business.
No, I shouldn't. I'm like, I'm here to help you.
No, you're not.
I'm learning through my wife. You're going through menopause, ain't you? These are some things you need to do to help control that. Because I'm learning with my wife.
I wish some man would come up to me and say that shit to me at work.
There are some things that you need to do.
He gonna learn a whole new lesson. Mind your goddamn business.
No. See, that's what's wrong with women. You don't want no goddamn help. Nigga try to give you some help and you don't want to listen.
Whoa,
that's the problem.
First of all, I don't like how you talking right now.
Because that's the problem with women. They don't want to listen. You try to help them. For what? I'm trying to help you.
I really don't think that this is the conversation you should be having because you do not. You do not take help very well at all.
It's like what
not if you can't control the way you're being.
It's like what they say.
So.
People could be, I'm thirsty. You can take them to the water fountain, but they don't want to drink the water out the water fountain. Like, hey, there's a water fountain over there. I don't want you to tell me where the water fountain is. I'm going to find it myself. Okay, nigga, go ahead. I'll try to help you. You don't want to listen. You just want to be thirsty. Well, I'm going over here and get me some water. Fuck what you talking about.
Can't stand you.
It never fails
stand
me. You do that all the time.
I do not do that all the time. I do not do that.
I be trying to tell you stuff and you act like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Sometimes you don't.
Babe, no.
It's gonna blow your mind.
No.
Sometimes you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I don't. That's why I send the information to you to check it out. I send you stuff from people who go. I'm like, you know what? My wife is going through that. Let me send that over to her. Maybe she can figure this shit out. If she'll listen to her before she listens to me for whatever reason. But I can say the same thing. Gather all the information for that person. Give it to you. Whatever.
I say the same thing about health stuff.
That's what. No, I listen to you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. There's a
I mean, like you should taste. You be like, it tastes nasty.
That shit do taste nasty.
It's not about it tasting nasty. It's about it being good for your body. It's about it being good for your temple.
See, there's a difference. I understand all that, but if the shit's nasty, I don't want to take it. That's simple. I understand that. You just don't want to listen because I told you what to do. There's a difference in that. You see the difference?
Sometimes it's how you say it.
You see the difference.
It's how you say things.
Yeah, I'm like, that's
your
nasty.
delivery sucks.
Man, see, that's the problem with people. Everybody wants you to deliver something wants you to deliver something. Oh, he didn't talk to me the way I wanted him to say it to me. Well, I've been talking that way. You still don't listen. So now I got to talk to you like I'm your daddy.
First of all, my daddy don't talk to me like that.
Shit, he has. He will talk to you. I've heard him talk to you like, look.
You ain't heard him talk to me like that.
Shit. Okay, whatever.
First of all, we're not about to do that. John does not be
We could call Mr. D right now. He'd be like, look. This is what I had to do when she didn't want to listen. I tried to tell her, and her hard-headed self wanted to go there.
I keep trying to tell you, my daddy didn't.
It was just the other day I drove by here. That was not looking like that.
I'm sure, because it wasn't like that last week.
That was just, literally just the other day I drove by here, and that was not like that.
My daddy was not the disciplinarian in our house.
That has nothing to do with it.
He also never had to say nothing to us because we did not play with him.
Yeah.
He did not play with us.
Okay, I hear you.
I mean, my whole life, I only had one time my daddy got me in pocket. Once. And that's all it took. I cried the entire time he was talking to me.
Well, you need to keep that same energy that you had then when I'm trying to explain something that's going to benefit you.
You're not John.
You're right. I'm better than John.
No, you. That's the problem. You think you are. There is no John and David. It's not even in the same sentence. Daddy is daddy.
I've been in your life just amount of much time as
No.
half of your life. Half of your life, I've been here.
He's been here my entire life.
Yes,
the whole.
but I wouldn't be
up
here
there without him.
I'm up here neck and neck. I've been here half the time. Okay.
You know what?
And he gave me the authority when he said, "Here, there you go. Don't bring her ass back. This is yours now."
That is not what my daddy told you. My daddy said, if you can't treat her right, you bring her back.
No, he didn't tell me that. I don't know. Yeah,
do not make me call.
You know what? That's just like
that's
just like the conversation when Nelly was just talking about him and his daughter and about his son. Yeah, you can go ahead. You can come back anytime. We're not gonna be a problem. He told you that, but in his mind, like he said, he's like, man, her ass just here all the damn time now. She just don't leave. See what
I'm sure the new baby probably make her wanna be there even more. Like,
but. Oh, yeah, just don't listen. I get it. You can't tell people nothing, but let me go back.
As you should. Thanks for playing.
Well, I need to make you.
Story of my life. Oh crap, he been recording the whole time. Y'all didn't know he was recording. He was just working my nerves. It started with him and Squeak. They was going back and forth about Smoothie King. And I told him that I opted out. I don't want to be a part of the commotion. So I opted out of the argument. So yeah, I'm tired. I really didn't realize that she was recording.
Yeah.
Until I happened to look up.
Yeah, really?
I had to let him know that, oh crap, I didn't know he was recording.
Yeah, I told you, this is Action Jackson right here. That's my new nickname, Action Jackson. When you see me, it's go time all the time.
Whatever.
So that's all you got to think about. Anytime The camera's running.
I do want to speak on two things. From I watched your videos that you posted on the channel the other day.
About what?
The one about the weed. And the dudes in the gym.
What about it?
And the one about the church and religion.
Okay.
And I wanted to. I feel like you went into the religion thing great, but then I feel like you backed it down a little bit.
What you mean I backed it down?
And I also want to talk about you and the guy who was homeless as well.
How I back it down?
I feel like you just made it about when you're going through hard times and the church helping you. But I feel like you should have expanded more.
Why should I expand it more?
Because I feel like the church should not just always be there to help you financially.
No, it's not. That wasn't my point of it. My point is that's just some of the benefits. So you didn't listen to the conversation.
I listened to the entire conversation. I feel like that's not the only benefit. What's other benefits?
We know the other benefits.
Everybody don't.
Everybody
that watch probably don't have it.
What's the other benefits?
Other benefits is spiritually fed. Like you're going, just like the conversation we talked about. Like what your daughter said. Like you don't have to go to church to have a relationship with God.
Yeah, because He
should be in you.
You already spiritually fed. That's what I'm saying.
Right, but like we talked about the other day.
We're not talking about nobody else. Hold up. We talking about a person and going to a place. We're not talking about you having spiritual connection or none of that. This person already said they already have a connection. Right. So I was just breaking down the benefits of going to a place and having a bigger connection. Yeah, you can have a spiritual connection. Everybody wants to say, "Oh, I got a spiritual connection" or whatever. But half of them don't even do what they supposed to do, and they call it a spiritual connection. You're not daily into nothing. You're not daily listening to no scriptures. You're not daily doing no words. You're not daily humbling yourself out here in the world. But that's a whole nother topic. But people always say that. So my main thing on that topic was to be like the benefits of actually going to a place, the actual physical place, and the things that you get more of that when you go to the actual place. You building a relationship with people around that. Now, if you want
the relationships.
Yeah. So if I don't need to expand on nothing more now.
I'm saying you didn't, and I feel like
that's what I'm saying. I didn't have to because I got my point across from what I needed to say. Now, if you wanted to expand more on that, then yeah, you can go ahead and expand more on that. But my point in that segment was that I didn't need to go no deeper. I just wanted to get that across. Now, if there needs to be another conversation, a bigger, broader conversation about your spiritual and all of that, then yes. But my thing at that time was about a person who believes they have a spiritual connection and they don't need to go into the actual house. You don't need a brick and mortar place to be connected.
And they may be the people who don't need that.
But that's not what I'm saying. Everybody needs that sometimes. You may think you don't need it, but my thing was to break down the benefits of actually going to that place. You get help, you get understanding and stuff that you don't need. So like I was saying.
Let me ask you, we've been together for this year, going on 25 years. Did you always feel like you needed to be in the church?
No, that's what I said. Even then, I didn't believe that.
And things that was happening in your life is what sent you to the church, correct?
I can't say things that was happening in my life sent me to. Like I said in that, it was you. It was. See, you didn't even listen to it.
I didn't hear you say that in the video. I listened to the entire
That means you didn't focus. Because I said that. I was like, my main thing got me going was because of my wife now. I wasn't going to the church. I thought that same thing, that you didn't need that actual going to that place. Because everybody has this thing. Oh, they just, like I was talking about my granddad. The pastor just ripping you off and taking your money and all of that. But as I got older, now I understood when I look back, like, you know what, even though my grandfather didn't go to church, which I've never seen him a day in the life go to church. Never. And he would say stuff about the pastor taking your money out of this and that. But he always made sure my grandmother, tithes, everything was paid regularly. That I did see. I knew that. I was like, and I didn't understand. I was like, damn, he's still giving the money, but I guess. But he didn't go in himself. He had his issues, but, and I look at it, I was like, you know what? It was always blessed.
Just like my parents.
Just you say, you know, they always, even though he didn't go, he paid, made sure his wife paid, and she was religiously there, even though I know that works both together.
Right.
Because she was deep in it, in church and everything, like, and all of that. And like I said, so I knew that there was something there. Because like I said, he just was blessed. Like something I say. He
Never really wanted for much.
Always had extra. Like I said, just from him playing bingo and winning the lottery and stuff, I seen this thing was like extra 20-something grand a year. He would just win. I'm like, dude, what the I never thought of that until because he used to keep all his booklets and everything and winning and scratch offs. He would have stacks, and I'd be like, damn, he just winning. That's all I ever thought. I was like, and I never thought about it until I got older. It's like, you know, the benefits and going to church, even with our situations, like I spoke on, like how we always end up with people just want to see you win, and those blessings and people praying for you. It's bigger than you just thinking you don't have to be into a physical place. No.
Yeah.
In my case, in my eyes, seeing. So I'm talking about my daughter and them. Like, yeah, you need to go. You just don't know where that will take you,
right?
And how many people, if you find a church, an actual place and go to, will help you in the long run. Because people, if they like you tell stories all the time. People like, yeah, we was always praying for y'all, wishing for y'all.
Yeah, I just talked to somebody last week. That's what the lady who gave us the card.
That's what I was saying. I was like, you know what? I never thought about it like that. I was like, oh, we just going to church, you know. Never thought about it.
The first thing she said to me when she started talking to me, she was like, I'm so glad that y'all doing good. She was just like, watching y'all as a family growing and y'all kids being successful, and y'all proving to people that y'all probably don't even realize was invested in y'all, that prayed for y'all, of the beauty of family, like that these things can still be a thing. I told her that we probably wouldn't be where we are if we hadn't had people praying for us, that believed in us, that pushed us and fed into us. Like, they don't realize that they feeding into us. Her giving me that made me feel good, because sometimes you do be raising your family, you do be just moving through life, and you forget that these people want you to win. Like, these are people that associated with us in church, and we didn't talk to these people all the time, but they felt like they want to see us win.
Yeah. So that was my main thing on that. It was like, that was the big benefit of me saying that.
Yeah. But I think
you can.
I do believe that from growing up in the church and always being in the church all day Sunday,
and that's
all
what
day Monday, on Wednesdays, and Saturdays I gotta get up for choir practice or usher practice. Like, always being in the church, I used to be like, oh my God, it can be too much. As I got older, I do remember straying, but I remember, like, when I strayed, I felt like everything started going wrong in my life. And at the time, as a teen, I didn't really understand everything was going wrong in my life, because I'm separating myself from God. I just felt like, why do bad things have to happen to me? But now, you know, I can look back and realize that God was trying to set me up and put me in a place where, or us in a place, because, you know, like, those that know, like, when I first started dating David would just do kind of what his grandfather did. David would drive me and the kids to the church, drop us off, and keep on going. And I never felt no way, but I was like, you know, eventually God gonna lead you to this building. And I remember one Sunday just getting up and saying to him, like, you know, I'm never gonna force you. My dad always told me, like, you can't force him to come in here, but if you consistent, eventually he's gonna wonder why she keep going, what's in this building, what is she receiving. And I just kept being consistent. Every Sunday, get up, get the kids, all the kids together, get everybody here done, get myself together, and he would take me to church and he would go to his mother's house. And I was consistent. And then one day David got dressed and came. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't push it. I would tell him every day I would come from church, I pray for you, you know, when I was in church. And I would tell him about what the word was about, what we learned. And you know, I mean, eventually he just one day started coming. And you know, like, I believe that, you know, sometimes I do believe both sides. And sometimes I feel like if you have God in you, as long as you're doing the work and making the effort every day to be a better version of yourself and live as true to the word as you possibly can, and God will meet you halfway and he'll meet you where you at. But I also feel like there are going to be some days in your life that you can listen to Joel Osteen or whoever that is you listen to on TV, but sometimes the moment requires for you to be in the building amongst the people. All of us are on the same accord. We are all seeking a relationship with God. We are all looking for healing. We are all wanting to be seen. We all need to be God to give us a word to be healed through. And so
hold up, this Texas weather.
I told you, I said I feel like
degrees. Next day is.
I told you, I said the other day,
40s.
I feel like Mother Nature is going through some stuff right now because she can't pick a struggle.
She going through winter.
What I say? I said it's like spring and winter are in a custody battle right now over us, and
she going through what y'all women go through. What was you just talking about? That's what it is. Hot, cold.
You gonna keep on being disrespectful? Because you sure be going through it too. So what you got going on?
I go through it when I'm with you. It's you messing up my body temperature and everything.
You do.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyway, continue on what you was talking about.
Whatever. But I do believe that there are going to be some moments in your life where you need that building. It's not necessarily the building. It's the energy of everybody.
Yeah, and that's what I was.
In there worshiping, and they're all in one accord, and they all are in there searching for a need for the same. If not the same, we all in there because we need something. And sometimes, you know, it's not so much about the building, it's about the energy of the people, the praise and worship. Like, some days, I was telling Nyla a story that I went through a very rebellious stage, and like I said, you know, like, I grew up in the church, and I remember, like,
you're young. That's what I was pretty much saying. Most young people go through that rebellious stage where they just out there want to be worldly, want to do everything.
And if you do grow up in the church, those that know, like, if you're a PK, I have a lot of uncles that are preachers. It was a lot of pressure. You always felt like you couldn't slip up, and it wasn't just because it made me emotional now thinking about the stuff that I was doing to try to remove myself from the pressures of what it requires sometime of you to be in a family that is highly religious, and you always hearing it in your household. You always feel like you never can get it right. You never can make them happy. And when you would make a mistake, it was magnified, because now people preaching over you, like, you know that that's not how God would have wanted you to move. It becomes a thing. And so I remember going through the stages where I was just doing dumb stuff, and my particular thing was stealing stupid shit, and I got in trouble for stealing. And it wasn't the first time. This had been, like, this was my last time because of the things that happened.
I didn't know you was a klepto.
First of all, you knew this. Don't get on here acting. And so this was back in the day. And so
back in the day when
I remember this particular time I stole something, I got in big trouble. And this was my mama's basically telling me this was the last straw. She wasn't dealing with me doing it no more. And that Sunday we went to church, and I was not paying attention to church. I was BSing, which was per my usual during this time. And my dad was in a choir stand, and my mama was sitting behind us in church, and we were sitting in front of her. And Pastor Johnson was preaching. He was just talking about kids being disobedient to their parents and being disobedient to the word.
We're gonna have to wrap this topic up, so you got to speed up.
He's preaching and he's saying stuff, and as he's preaching over the congregation, it was almost like he just locked eyes with me. Now, everybody, if you are in church and you've been doing something you ain't got no business, everybody's had one of these moments where you felt like, how did he know? Like, I felt like he looked at me and he talked directly to me. Now, as a kid, that's how I felt. As an adult, I realized that he was just ministering.
Oh, you think so? What I tell you, what you said, you was talking about this the other day after I dropped that. I said, Joe mama talked to Pastor Johnson.
My mama didn't though. She wasn't like that.
You don't know that?
No, she really was not like that. My mother was one of those type
I get
of people
that. I get that what you're saying. You know what your mama is, but we never know what our parents would do in a certain situation. Half our kids don't know half the stuff we done did and said behind closed doors to other people, or even talk about them, or even half the stuff we done. What I'm saying
I know it because when I would be misbehaved, my mother would always say, no. She didn't want nobody in the church to know that I was getting in, doing the stuff that I was doing. So I don't think that was what it was.
That's what you think.
I know it was.
No, you think that. What I'm saying is your mama could have been like, hey, had a conversation with Pastor Johnson, trying to get you back on the right track, because that's what the pastor is there for. It's like your counselor. You go there and talk to him. And your daddy and them and all of them wasn't they really tight, close with Pastor Johnson?
I wouldn't say tight, but
I thought that was always. But anyway, that doesn't make. That's not the point. Point is, I think your mama was like, yeah, I want you to. She'll bring her ass in here, and I want you to say that. I want you to turn and look at her when you're saying this, so this make her feel like it's really touching. That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm saying anything is possible. We may think that we don't think something went away, or people won't do such a thing, but we should know that that's not true. Regardless of how we know somebody or whatever, but in certain situations, there's always a possibility that people will do that. Because I've done that stuff with the kids or something. I'm gonna get somebody to say something to them. So maybe they'll think or look at something different. Even I didn't even done it with you, so I know that'll happen. That's one thing I was saying. But anyway, so pastor made you feel like
because I felt like I was being singled out.
Or it was just God. God was singling your ass out.
Which is exactly what my mom and daddy said after church was over.
See, that's how they was supposed to play it. See, God, after you did all that, then God did all of that. That's how they was supposed to play it. That's how I'm looking at it.
I'm gonna let you think what you want to think.
I know. Okay?
Let you it's think. Your story.
It's not my story. That's your story. I'm just telling you what I think could have happened and made it play out that way.
But needless to say, I'm just saying that like sometimes God will put you in situations that the only thing you can do is get on your knees. The only thing you can do is come into the building because you done tried everything else and nothing else is working. And sometimes he like, just come on in here and I got something for you. Yeah. And when I say that day, I've never cried like that in church as a child, as a teenager, ever in my life. That I can remember how it impacted my spirit and my heart, and I tried from that day forward to be a better version of myself. And even though I feel like I failed time and time again, the one thing I can remember is that I never felt like God stopped blessing me. He continued to show up and do things in my life. Sometimes when I wouldn't even say it out loud, it would be like something would happen. And I can fast forward to when we was dating and I was going to church and you was just kind of like dropping us off. And I remember the day that you decided when you parked instead of dropping me off. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm not going to say nothing to him, but God, I thank you. Because maybe today, something in his spirit said he needed something bigger. And, even though I will let you know all the time, I'm going to say a prayer for you or I will talk to you after church about what the service was about. I always feel like, like it's going to have to be driven by him. And my dad would always just be like, allow the Lord to lead him. Just leave him alone and allow the Lord to lead him. And that led me to the day when you came up and joined church and how deeply impacted my daddy was. I have still to this day never seen my daddy immersed in emotion that I was the day that you joined church. And to you, that may not have been a big deal to you, but it showed me so much about how he loved and respected you. The fact that he stood behind you proud like he was your daddy, and he wanted you to know that even in this moment, I got you. And for me, there are a lot of moments in my life, I done brung a lot of dudes home. And my dad, like, nah, he ain't. My dad is a man of very little word, unless, like, he's compelled or he loved you or you have a great deal of he got a great deal of respect for you. You can get a whole lot of conversation, but for a long time, my dad don't really say very much. Just kind of like David. He in a space, he don't say very much. He'll pay attention, but he don't talk. He gotta be to where he comfortable with you. But, you know, like seeing my father in that space, that changed my level of respect for you. It changed, and it allowed me to see me and my dad relationship to move to a different place, but it also allowed me to see you in a different space, because I felt like he's rendering himself to God. This is going to change our family. This is going to transform our children, because now he's being the leader that God is requiring from him to be, to show for his family, which is what I experienced growing up with my pops. And so, you know, like, anybody see my daddy, they know, if he say anything about David, my dad gonna be like, that's my son, da 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 da. Yeah, he say it all the time.
I just told you, he gave me the keys to the rain.
keep on talking to me about me like that.
But anyway, okay, so that's that one. So
and then the one on the smoking weed. I just think your ass is retarded.
I just don't get it.
Even your daughter was like, what strain of weed is that? She saw the title and assumed you was smoking weed in the gym. So she was like, where's the video of him smoking weed, and what are y'all smoking? And I was just like, what are you talking about? I was just like, Daviana. I was like,
I wasn't smoking no weed going to the gym.
Right, I was like, that's not your daddy. You need to watch the video and then come back and holler at me. And then she's like, oh, okay, I clearly...
Thumbnail, gotcha.
I've smelt the same thing. We was coming in, we've been in there. I'm like, I don't understand. How can you do that?
I mean, I walked, dude. He just came. I'm on my way out. He just came. We passed. I'm like, oh shit.
But I'm thinking there is weed that you can smoke that give you, like, you clean up, like people clean up. So I'm thinking like maybe it's the same thing. I don't smoke, so like
I don't know. Like I was telling in the story when I was back in the day when me, Yella, Marlon, everybody, we worked, and Yella's brother, we all worked for the catering company, loading the trucks up, shit. I like, and our supervisor,
I remember.
Jimbo. Matter of fact, he was the first person we ever talked about, even though we was blow, but that's how it always come out when you blow. You tell stuff that you ain't supposed to tell. But
okay. I'm scared.
He talked about his daddy. His daddy died. His daddy was heavy military, and he worked at Area 51.
Oh.
And he was like,
you've never told me this.
Probably, see, I keep shit quiet, but I'm telling now, I guess, since all this alien shit is out here anyway. But he was like, yeah, he was like, man, no matter, he said his daddy told him, like, no, believe whatever the hell they tell you, it's lies. They got some real shit, alien shit out there at motherfucking Area 51. I was like, he was just telling other stuff, but I'm not gonna talk about it. But he was telling us other stuff. I was like, damn, it made me think. I was like, I wonder where Jimbo is. I wonder if he's still around or not. He was cool as shit though. But yeah, I was like, man, how the hell you go in? I was like, cause when we did that job, like, we would middle of night, especially after we got tired, we like, fuck, we still got like 2 or 3 trucks to go. And it's about 4 in the morning. We like, dude. We would stop, fuck around for a little bit, maybe try to eat something, and we would just, and then we would get it in. Knock that shit out. I was like, I don't know how we did it, but we did it. But I was like, you know what, maybe, I guess I could, but that was different than actually just going to the gym. I just can't see how you doing it nowadays, especially with the shit like they got nowadays. We wasn't like the weed back in the day, you know. You didn't have all these 26,000 strands of herb out here, and everybody got this. But now you can pick which one you want.
If I'm being all the way 100, relaxing. You know, I don't have that much experience with smoking. Like, smoking is not really my thing, and I only do it on occasions when I'm feeling anxious as hell, or I'm just getting too wild tight.
When you did?
No, when I was doing it as a youngster, I was just doing it because really, like, stupid shit. Everybody around me was doing it. You smoking. But I really didn't like the way it made me feel then.
You shouldn't have smoked then. You didn't have to use peer pressure.
Pretty much. And I was stupid.
Well, we
so.
wasn't. It was like,
But like, when we was, as we got older, me and you, when we started dating, I mean, it just kind of helped me relax. Most of the time, this shit would make me sleepy.
Like I said, now they got the strains, certain ones that will help you relax. That's what a lot of people with PTSD and all of that stuff, it'll help you relax.
Right.
I need to check out that record store.
And I'm really, if you know me, I'm not, for the most part, at home. I'm very relaxed. I am very relaxed. Y'all be off the chain.
You know me, I be relaxed. I be trying to relax. Y'all two be out here
But
in the wazoo going back and forth.
on a normal, if I'm going out, I want to be amped up. I don't want to be brought down. I don't want nothing that's gonna make me kind of.
They got strains for that.
I don't know. The whole strain thing. I always be thinking to myself, like, you gotta alter the natural state of something in order to make it something else. And I don't like the idea that you're altering.
Man, everything is altered nowadays.
And I don't have no control over what that alter is gonna do to me.
Yeah, you do, because you picked the right strand.
But you still never know how something is gonna react to you until you do it.
No, because you're right, but most of the time it should be on point. If they say this is what it does and this is what it does, this is actually what it does.
I mean,
I'm
not up in the cookie shop. Cookies.
That's what we need here. Cookies. Hey, Burner, whenever they make that happen. In Texas, I doubt it though.
Texas gonna make it hard for him.
Which they just changed the thing
the
amount.
THC?
No, they just changed the amount that they can mess with you on.
And then what was the other thing? Oh, with you and the homeless person. It was talking about Mr. John.
Mr. John.
Church.
Yeah, I still want to find out. I need somebody to reach out to him like, hey.
He's not in a good way. He's not in a good way. So he probably will never be able to talk to him and get pictures and stuff like that. But that was a guy who I watched as a kid basically stumble drunk every day, every Sunday, like clockwork. He would show up to church. After we would get out, all our family would be standing outside. He would be asking our family for money.
That's why I was like on 39th and Spec. If you from KC, you know
Mr. John, he would always leave, go right back up there to the corner. My dad finally told him one day, like, don't come over here lying, because he would tell my uncles and stuff that he was wanting money to get food. And my daddy would be like, one day I'll never forget, my dad was like, I'll help you anytime you need it if I have it. He's like, but don't come over here and lie to me. Just don't come over here and openly lie to me. If you gonna take this money that I'm giving you and you gonna go up there and get some alcohol, you just come up to me and ask me for some money for some alcohol. And my dad reached in his pocket and gave him the money. My dad said he would always give if he had it, if he wasn't in a space to need it back. And he like, as long as I have it, if I got it, you have it. Because he always believed that because he was given from a free spirit and from his heart, that God will bless him. He's like, you give. You ain't got to worry about what he doing with it, as long as you are doing it from a solid and sincere place. Yeah. So the reason when I hear you say what you say, they gravitate towards you because they can feel your spirit. I always believe that, I've always said, like, why people always feel so comfortable, random people in public always feel so comfortable coming up telling me their deepest secrets. I do believe that God places things in certain situations. He places something inside of you, an energy that other people can feel, and they're seeking out. Like, and they can feel it. So I don't know
where that dude came from. I'm literally, because it was the one coming back from downtown, the one over here, across the street from that Quick Trip and the other dollar store or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I just turned in and he wasn't nowhere. It's like, dude, it's like as soon as I backed in, he just voila. I was like, oh,
it's like this man that comes over at this Family Dollar. He's not there all the time, but this particular man is there. It be the times when I'm not at my best mentally. I'm feeling like a little low in my spirit. He always be sitting there, and he got the biggest smile. And as soon as I get out the car, he always be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And he don't ask you for he's never asked me for anything. But if I come out the store and I got stuff, he'll always try to help me carry the stuff. He'll open up the trunk, I'll let him help me. So it's been like he always, and he'll speak and ask you questions and stuff. So the last few times I'll just get him something in the store and I'll bring him out. And he never asked me. I see him ask men for money, but he's never asked me for money. He always volunteers to help me carry stuff, but he's never asked me for money. And I'm like, and then he was like, he telling me like I was so nice. You're so nice, because I brought him some food out. And trying to find, something that he don't have to warm up, something that he can just eat. What's wrong? But I do believe that they can feel something in you.
I don't know if it's that or God just say, hey, go that way today. Like I said,
And sometimes he will make you go out of your way because he got something over there
like
for
I was
you.
saying, I was like, you know what? I was going to be like, just F it. I ain't going.
Or maybe you was in the wrong state of mind and he wanted to reiterate how good he can be.
Because I got powder at the house, but I was like, damn, I need to get some strawberries. I had a cup of banana or something, but I didn't have nothing else. So I was like, damn, see, then I'll go to the store, get that and do that, or I just get a smoothie. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the store later. And I got to get some other shit, so I didn't want to go to the store without getting all the shit that I needed to get. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I ain't going to get nothing. And then Sunday at the last minute, like, because the app, like I said, my card is like right when I got to the gym. I don't know what, I didn't reset my phone, everything. It was like I wasn't getting it had bought.
I smell that. See, we just driving up the ramp and all of a sudden. So like somebody just blew smoke in the car.
Like, what the hell?
That's so weird.
Yeah, that is weird. It's like, look, where the fuck that come from? I didn't even see nobody out here smoking, but
Jesus.
Man, that was some good one, because that shit came through the door, window sill up.
All right. They probably just got out and walked.
I do got the little air recycling, so that's what it is, yeah. But yeah, so my phone wasn't working. I wouldn't get no music at the gym. Luckily, I had my music already downloaded on my phone, so I was like, okay, cool. Cause me without no music, nigga, I leave the gym. It just messes up my motivation.
Sound like Lil Dave.
Hearing everything, everybody around, all the racks, clank, 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 clank. People dropping and doing everything else. That shit.
So you easily distracted.
It just messes with me. I need something that deads out everything around. So I was like, damn, I'm not gonna make it. And I've had that happen before in the gym. Either my headphones flipped out or tripped, and I was like, man, I'm not gonna make it. This is gonna be a short workout. But yeah, so I was like, my shit wasn't working, but and when I tried to do the app, it wasn't working. But as soon as I got caught, because that's what it was, the app wasn't working. Every time I tried to pull it up, it's just like it wasn't getting no signal, it wasn't doing nothing. So I don't know what the hell was going on. So that's what made me just like, fuck it, I'll just go in at the last minute. So I was like, you know what? It must have been something. Something was trying to stop me from.
Maybe it was God just trying to remind you of how good he is. He blessed you so you could bless somebody else. Sometimes we get so caught up in our own heads that we can it's easy of thinking about all of the things that's not happening the way we want them to happen, that it's really easy for us to forget all of the amazing things that God has done and that he is doing.
And you know, I think that was the topic of my because you listen to the daily prayer thing. I think that was the topic that day. It was something that was going on the daily prayer about stuff working in the background and all this and that. I think that was.
When we don't see his blessings, it's easy for us to believe like that things are not working out in the way we have them planned out for our lives. But see, sometimes his plans are bigger than our plans, and so maybe was his way of saying like, maybe you don't see the thing, but let me show you something. Not only am I gonna show you how I work, I'm going to allow you to take the blessings that you ain't thinking of and bless somebody else.
I guess. Like I said, I was like, you know what? I thought he was, like I said, I thought he was going to ask for cash. Normally, like nowadays, don't keep cash. And like I was saying, I used to keep cash on me. And every now and then I would get like a bunch of money and I would just keep it just for that and just pass out whenever somebody catches me. And be like, here, a few dollars. I'd be wanting to tell some of the people, like, hey, you need to get you a Cash App account.
Really, a lot of people don't have phones.
Man, some of them do, because I be seeing them. I be like, I get it, but I'd be like, how the hell you got a phone? But I guess if that's the only thing you can get, you still, dang. It ain't nothing to get a phone nowadays. It ain't like how it was back in the day. How hard it was.
I mean, you can get phones right in Family Dollar.
Yeah, for
they may not
$24.99.
Yeah, they might not be like, or you take somebody give you some change and you can put you some minutes on it.
Yeah.
So it is definitely a little bit different, but you know, sometimes I appreciate God's reminders, because I do think as especially these days with our social networking and phones, it's real easy to forget all of the blessings that you got, because the world is so overwhelming right now that sometimes,
tell me about it.
if you don't make a special point to check out,
the world is on fire, we all gonna burn. I'm just waiting on the Lord to return. Can't you?
Didn't I tell you?
What?
Didn't I tell you?
Hey, I'm just saying, man, the world's on fire right now. If you don't think it is,
it's not that I don't think it is. I don't need to be reminded, because I can see it every day. I know.
Nah, some people need to be reminded.
I mean,
people get too comfortable and forget. It's just like I was saying in that, like, you know what? We forget. There ain't nothing wrong to help somebody nowadays. So I just went you know what? I should have bought him a couple meals. But like I was saying, even that, I'm not the person to like to pry. And I went.
But sometimes it gonna hurt you to ask.
I didn't want to be one of them people that put it all on camera and put the person on camera and ask them all what's going on and nothing like that. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I should have bought.
But you should have. You know why? Because as human beings, we walk right past those people and we snub our nose at them, never thinking your ass could never be in that situation, never thinking like you only a meal away, you're only a job loss away. You don't think that when you see them people and you walk past them with disgust and disdain. And I'm not talking about us. I'm just saying humans.
That's what I was saying in the video. I think I did a double take.
And y'all think that shit can't be
people, it's people right now losing their jobs, losing their goddamn mind with.
They probably didn't think he would beat them either.
Government people like, I've never been there crying. Women getting $4,000 a month food stamps, talking about they got to get back out and work.
Humble is the man who wear the crown.
It's like, hey, everything don't last forever. You never.
That's right.
Never say never. I know you always say that this will never happen to me, but I learned you never know what God will say or do that's gonna actually happen to you.
Yeah, so
you may try to prevent it all you can, but sometimes shit still happens.
It sure does. And so I'm mindful whenever I see that, you know, like sometimes you want to. Sometimes maybe it's good to ask, because, you know, like, you know, do a video. Like, if you don't mind me recording your story, I would love to know your story. Like, how, you know, where were you? What led you to this space? What led you to being here today? Because, you know, sometimes
that reminds me of the A-Ball on one of his albums. I can't think of what album it was.
When he got that one song?
Yeah, where he got the homeless guy. He told the whole story about how he was up, his kids, everything. Somebody, I think the wife died or whatever, and he just lost it and went everywhere, and how he ended up in the situation he was in. But yeah, so like I said in that, ain't nothing wrong with helping somebody. If they ain't got no cash, especially if he was just asking for something to eat, man. He was hungry. But, man, he looked like, I can't think of the actor's name. He been in movies. After I thought about it, I was like, damn, what if this is... I don't think it's that goddamn actor, but he looked just like... He reminded me looking just like that actor. I'm going to have to find the movie that I done seen him in.
Man, you see the young basketball cat that they keep catching...
I ain't heard about him in a minute. Old boy from the Mavericks. The one who supposedly...
somebody caught him out, like, I want to say, like, the end of the year last year. He was walking around a parking lot.
Supposedly messed with LeBron's mom.
Yeah. He was still in a bad way. And
What's his name? Jason? I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name either, but a lady called him in some parking lot, and she was talking to him, and, like, you know... I always see that and I wonder, like, if people would have cared just a little bit.
No, but people did try to help him.
I'm not talking about him. I'm just saying, you see, if you ever just sit and watch how people walk past people who are homeless when they're asking for stuff. You're going into the grocery store, you'll see them. and they'll be asking you for something. You see how sometimes people will look at them in the most disregarding way, or sometimes people just look directly through them like they're not even there.
You know, that's like what they was talking about in California. People outdoors eating at the restaurants, homeless people sleeping right next to the thing. It was like they don't exist. They just don't seem. I was like, damn, that's.
I just think
I couldn't eat outside like that.
I couldn't.
Like,
it would fuck with my spirit. But you know, we different people, and you know the fact that you're compelled to do that, as opposed to, like I said, that sometimes I'll be in the grocery store and the older lady would just randomly come up and start talking, and I don't know, it'd be some better energy that feel like today she just needed somebody to engage. I always think, like my dad used to say, like, what is it gonna hurt you? What is it gonna hurt you to take a few minutes to just allow somebody else to be seen?
Yeah.
And as a kid, you don't really understand the magnitude of feeling or wanting to be seen. Because it was blowing cold air.
You closing vents.
And but just think, like, we go through a lot of life. We want to be seen. Everything you doing on social media is to be seen, whether you think it is or not. It's to be seen. It's to be liked. It's for likes. It's for somebody to follow you. It's for promotion of business. It's for you to be seen.
Unless you got a non-seen page, like I'm trying to make some money. I'm just trying to make some money.
Yeah.
But I guess that's it for today, because I gotta go do what I gotta do.
First of all, why do you?
Because it hits me. You know, at the gym, been drinking all that fluid, water. Now I got this. Now I got to go.
No, keep it to yourself.
As my grandson gonna say soon, I got to go tinkle.
Let's hope he don't say tinkle.
Thanks for tuning in, and hit that thumbs up, hit that notification bell, and stay up to date with the fam.
Hey, and I'll challenge you. You know, it's the beginning of March.
Cause it's about to get rough, they saying. Do better.
Do better. 1, 2. You know, maybe go outside of yourself and do something and allow somebody else to be seen. Cause you know, like sometimes we just need to get out our own way. Sometimes we need to be reminded of how well we have it, or just check yourself. Like, you know, just check yourself.
Deuces. Better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Time, and I want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us.